Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial on CS384. So we will be continuing with if-else loops and how can we modify different things in it. So class, right now, just write these two lines at the beginning of your code. If you're a Windows user, just write import os.system cls. CLS does nothing but it clears the screen, hence it is clear screen, CLS. If you are a Ubuntu or a Mac user, just write os.system clear instead of this statement. I am on Windows, so I am having this and the other statement as commented. So in this way, you will be able to clear the terminal before you execute codes automatically. Again, continuing with if else, we have variable 1 is equal to 100. If variable 1, so what happens with if? Variable 1 is having value 100, the value is present. Presence of a value means Boolean is true. Okay, so I'm printing got the true expression value and I'm printing the value of var, which is nothing but 100. Now I'm saying var2 is equal to 0, right? 0 indicates absence, right? So when if of 0, nothing of this will be printed. You just see in the indentation, I have 3 lines here, right? So none of the 3 will be executed. Okay. Finally, all these are commented lines. So what happens now? I am having a new small program where I'm asking for an amount. I'm asking the input, enter amount, and I'm converting the amount to an integer value. And then I check if the amount is less than 1000, I am having a discount of 5%, right? 5 by 100 is 0.05. Else means if the amount is greater than or equal to 1000, I am having a 10% discount, right? So if and else are not mandatory use, you can only use if you require, that is still allowed. So let us execute the code. Control Alt N is a default shortcut. So you can see I got the default output 1, got a 2 expression value, and then I have printed 100 because I printed the value var. In the second part, it did not print out anything, right? Because var2 was 0. If of 0 means if of false. Okay, because Boolean of false is Boolean of 0 is false. Okay, so now what happens? It is asking for an amount. So let us enter both the cases. Let us enter something 500. So discount is 25. Why? Because 500 was less than 1000. So this became true. So amount into 0.05. So this became 500 into 0.05, which is 25. So net payable was 500 minus amount, which was 500 minus 25, which is 475. And finally, I have a small code in the end. Var is 100. If var is equal to 100, basically 100 is equal to 100, which is true. So I print this particular statement and then that's a goodbye. Okay. So Python has a small shorthand also. Okay. Okay, this is my auto indented setting. If you have only a single statement in Python, you can directly use this clause. You need not indent. You can directly use the print statement. Okay, in the same as if statement. Just a cosmetic feature, nothing to worry about. If you want to remember only one rule, which I always prefer, have indentation even if you have one line. Makes the code more readable. So this is a small example on the use of if and else. So now let us try to execute the amount for greater than 1000. So let us keep it 2000. So what happens on 2000? When I have something on 2000, this if loop is falsified, right? Because 2000 is not less than 1000. So amount, which is 2000 into 0.1, which is 200. And so amount payable will be 2000 minus 200, which is 1800. Now, if you see, this print statement is always executed. Why? Because this is not indented. These two statements are indented to the nearest block, means in the else part. These two statements are indented for the nearest block, which is if block. Right? So the if and else conditions are very, very easy in Python. Mostly whenever you write a code, like for example, if you want to check whether someone is eligible to vote, you will ask, please enter your age. Let's say the age is 19. So you say if age greater than equal to 18, you are eligible to vote, else you are not eligible to vote. Either of them will execute, not both. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Have a good